Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Lessons with Dad. If you're new to the channel, thanks for tuning in. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. My name is Matt. I am a fourth grade elementary teacher and father of three, 12-year-old boy and 10-year-old daughter and 6-year-old daughter. And I am going to, if you watched my previous episode, I went through my first couple days of our week vacation up in Door County. And I plan on doing the same thing on this episode and kind of going through what we did on days 3 and 4 in Door County. If your family does something cool up in Door County and you want to share, please leave a comment and let me know. We're always up for trying new things. And if you have any questions on the things we did, feel free to ask them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So let's jump into what we did on days 3 and 4 up on our Door County vacation. All right, so thanks for hanging out with us. So as I said, I'm going to kind of share what we did on days 3 and 4 up in our Door County vacation, and just not far down from our Harbor Village Resort, it's called the Rusty Tractor Breakfast Barn, and it's a cool they have a nice little shop inside, and it's kind of a smaller place. So if you get there at a busy hour, you might have to wait a little bit to eat, but honestly, they had amazing food. I think I got stuffed cherry French toast. Kids got waffles, pancakes, other things, and it was really good. And while we were outside, we're going the wrong way here. Sorry. Took some pictures of my daughter Mara with the chicken, Carter playing on the tractor outside. And Mara's a little diva that likes her pictures taken all the time. Kids got along. They played bags. I think we had to wait like 15 minutes for our table. Once the table was done, we got to eat, and they have you in and out pretty quick and stuff, and the prices are fairly reasonably priced. Then we got hit with a bad rainstorm, so we just went back to our place until we ventured into town and did a little back to school shopping and did a simulator. I was like, I couldn't think of the word, the simulator. But it was and I love just sitting out on our covered deck and listening to the rain ping off the tin metal roof. And I just know better sound. And the kids are like, why are you sitting out there? I'm like, 'cause it's just peaceful. And Marty couldn't figure out what was going on and kept looking up and not figuring out what was going up. And it's the backyard. So our place is still for sale. If you know anybody I love it up there. It's just too far away to go for a weekend. Then we told Carter, we promised him we could do a simulator, and Door County has a new place. It's called the Sandbox, where they have a sports and golf simulator. And they charge by like the hour. So it wasn't too bad. And we got some food and drinks and just had fun on a rainy afternoon after we did some school shopping, and just hear some pictures. Just be out on a rainy day and playing some of the games on
you just like hit a car.
Street alley and stuff like that. My wife's baseball form from her softball days. Got to play skee ball, and that was really cool. I mean, they had games for all different ages. All the kids loved it. They were entertained. It was and the price wasn't bad at all. They don't like do it right down to the minute. That they just kind of let you do it, and then they charge you afterwards. And I think we played for an hour, 20 minutes, and got charged for an hour. So that was pretty cool. The football target game, everybody wanted to play football. I mean, look at that form. That form is just impeccable form. And if you're listening on the podcast, I have a picture of me doing the quarterback pose and everything. And nobody thought I would win, and the final score ended up right there. Not even close. I had 1,500. The next closest was Carter at 295. So just had to take a picture, prove Dad still had it, because Dad didn't do a lot of the games, but then talked me into this one. So just had to prove that I had it. Then after that, we went back and had like Pudgy pies, if you don't know what Pudgy pies are, they are an amazing campfire treat that put a piece of bread on each piece of a cast iron, and you fold the iron, you put some filling in there. It could be just a piece of cheese for a grilled cheese Pudgy pie. A lot of times if you put pie filling, strawberry, apple, cherry, or Another really popular one is pizza pudgy pies. Put a little pizza sauce, sprinkle some cheese or pepperonis in there or whatever, and then you stick the irons in the fire and you just let them melt. Like, oh, so good. This I think was a strawberry or cherry pudgy pie, and then put whipped cream on the top, and oh, just amazing. So good dessert or easy campfire meal to have during the day when you have a fire going. There's a picture of the skillet, little pudgy pie iron in the fire. You got to make sure you got nice red hot coals that'll cook it. And man, you do 30 seconds to a minute on each side, flip it over, open them up, check, and they're probably good to go. And it's just so good and amazing. Then the kids with the whipped cream. I don't know if they must have saw this online somewhere or something, but Madden's mowing down her whipped cream on her. Stuck on her. And then they're flipping it up from their wrist trying to get it. And Carter just fell right on his face. And then, yeah. So hung out by the fire the next day. And then the next day, so this would be day 4, we went to Cave Point County Park, which beautiful park. And it's actually connected to Sand Dunes, Whitefish Dunes State Park, where if you keep walking on the path, you're actually walking into the state park. But Cave Point being a county park, you don't have to pay or anything. And it is just beautiful. Door County rock cliffs. This is the Lake Michigan side. It was a little windier day, but this is like all what it is. It's just the cliffs off the side that's been weathered away and the waves and water washing up. And I got very camera happy, took a bunch of photos, but it's just beautiful scenery if you can just be quiet, relax, and just enjoy it. And like, I think being a windier day, there weren't a lot of people there. And there's a spot there where you can yeah. You can jump off the rocks down into the water, which right at the end, some like teenager boys started doing and things. But here's the European modern settlement, Whitefish Dune State Park, a little bit of the history behind it. The water was really cold. The lake, I don't know if it was Lake Michigan side, but the water was really cold. So Carter wanted nothing to do with the water. I didn't want a whole lot to do with the water. The girls sat in the water a little bit, but nobody got completely in the water. There's Mara being Mara. That's just who she is and what she does, and love most of the time. Every once in a while she pushes, but yeah, like you can walk on the rocks down by the water. Kids go in, walk. It's right here. The girl sitting on the rocks as it's getting washed up. Carter in the background, too cool. Wanted nothing to do with it, but it's just the beauty of nature and listening to the water. Mara's face getting washed up from there, because then just north is Bailey's Harbor. So we went and stopped at Door County Brewing, which we like to do because they have usually some really good beers on tap and things like that. They have a little tasty stand outside where you can order food. Inside doesn't really have except for like a pretzel and like a cheese board kind of spread. This had a little bit, but not a ton, but at least a little bit options. So we had this is inside Door County Brewing. That's Bailey's Harbor, the harbor side. After we had a drink, we went to Chives restaurant, which was really cool. It's kind of like they have the part up here, and then they got a food truck here. They got a pizza one over there, and then they have a muffin. I think it was a biscuit. I think it was biscuit. And then they have a bunch of sandwiches, which are made on like biscuits. Like if you think of like a McDonald's breakfast sandwich biscuit, that's kind of what they're made on. So it's kind of cool. It's like a restaurant outside with different stations that you can go order food from. And then they just call you when your food is ready. And then they do like next door, they have the actual like building restaurant, which is a really nice restaurant if you're ever up there and want a really nice restaurant in Bailey's Harbor. Then we went back, had a little more pool time down the slides at Harbor Village Resort. And then we topped off the day we went to a restaurant. It's called the Waterfront Mary's, which is right on, it's in the channel. It's on the bay side, but it's also in the channel going from the bay to Lake Michigan. And it's right on the water. It's called the Waterfront Mary's. If you ever get there, it's an amazing place. All the years I've gone up to Door County, we've never done a fish boil. So I was like, this summer bucket list, I want to do a fish boil. So we went with my parents and we got to do a fish boil. And there's a little resort like back here in the back, like maybe like 3, 4 cabins. So they got like a volleyball court. They got a little sand beach off to the side. I don't know if I got any pictures of it, but then you can also rent jet skis from Waterfront Mary's and things like that. And this is the guy that did the heating up the water and oil, or I shouldn't say the oil and everything for the fish boil, putting all the potatoes and vegetables in first, and the fish that's in there. And then I think he rings a bell. He gave a little speech on some of the history and the background of it all. And then he threw, oh yeah, that was Mara and her mermaid friend that, yeah. And then he threw some oil on it, made, there's Waterfront Mary's, yeah. And so that was, oh, there's little Marty up north after a rabbit chases through. But, and then I had a bunch of sticks and twigs to burn, and we had a fire later that night. And that kind of wrapped up our 3rd and 4th day of vacation up in Door County. And so if you're ever up in Door County, highly recommend a fish boil. I would highly recommend Waterfront Mary's because I think they're one of the only ones that do it like right on the waterfront. As going up there so many years, it's been built up that I had this big expectations and it wasn't that grand. Don't get me wrong. The fish and food were amazing. But also at Waterfront Mary's, you don't have to pick bones out or anything like that. And it's right on the water. A lot of places up in Fish Creek and Sister Bay, they do it too, but they have bones. You got to pick out a fish and it's not all right on the waterfront. So I would highly recommend Waterfront Mary's. Highly recommend Cave Point Park if you're into the hiking and scenery part and things like that. So that kind of wraps up day 3 and 4 in Door County. If I missed anything, let me know if there's something we should check out when we're up there. And then I'll wrap it up probably by doing the last couple days up in Door County in my next one. Again, thank you for joining. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.